Starfield has been receiving a bunch of bad reviews on Steam and even failed to be nominated as Game of the Year. With that being said, players who spent money on the game are looking to make the most of their money's worth by focusing on features that make the game stand out. This is CM13 and today I'm going to show you 11 tips and tricks about Starfield's best feature, shipbuilding. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. This really helps me out as a creator, and if you end up finding this video helpful, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Starting off with tip number 1. The best way to start building a ship is by building it from scratch. That means you will need to have a ship slot. And because Starfield does not feature building ships from scratch, the best way to do this is by stealing ships from enemies to get slots. So what you want to do is head over to the Serpentis system. This system has a really high spawn rate for enemies, so it should be very easy for you to find a ship to steal in this location. And if you don't know how to do it yet, all you have to do is take down the enemy's shields, take down their engines, then dock into the ship. After that, kill everyone inside and commandeer the ship when everyone is dead. On to number 2. Once you do have a slot to work with, the best place to start building a ship is the ship builder you can build in an outpost. This is because most ship modules will be available here. You will be able to build this using the outpost build menu, and it should be under miscellaneous. And the materials you'll need to build this is now shown on the screen. It's pretty cheap in my opinion, except for a few craftable materials that are purchasable from vendors in New Atlantis. Now that we have all the prerequisites, we can move on to tip number 3. There are 4 types of connections in Starfield, and it's all very simple once you get the hang of it. The first type are these doorways that will spawn a door if you attach another hab to it. This is what connects your habs on the inside. The second type is very similar to the first one. The only difference is it will spawn a ladder since it allows you to go up a floor in your ship. Both these connections have arrows on them that indicate where your doorways and ladders will go and where you should place your habs to connect them. You can also connect other modules to these connection types like engines, reactors, grav drives, with the exception for weapons and equipment like signal jammers. The third type are the circle connections. You can add any kind of ship module to this connection type except for weapons and equipment as well. But this will not add the doorway or ladder on the inside, so keep this in mind since almost all landing bays have this and you might connect it to the wrong connection and wind up with an error. The right way to connect this particular landing bay is by putting it at the top of the landing bay since the entry point is at the top. The fourth type is the square connection type, and it's exclusively used for weapons and equipment. This is the only connection you can attach weapons and equipment to, and there are structural pieces you can use to convert a circle connection to a square one, like the equipment plate or weapon mounts. Moving on to tip number 4. If you have the unattached module error when building your ship, the best way to find out which one is by double-clicking a part of your ship, then moving your ship to the side. This will leave the unattached module where it is, so you can go ahead and attach it to your ship. Moving on to tip number 5. Pressing G to attach a hab to a doorway will force the game to place a door in that location and lets you control where your doors and ladders go. This is a good way to ensure the inside of your ship doesn't look like a maze. And at number 6, connectors like the HopeTech Hab cross brace will also force the game to create a hallway, and this adds a nice effect on the outside of your ship while keeping the inside of your ship in order. At number 7, the max power allocation for engines and weapons is 12, so make sure to keep an eye on the upper left side of the screen to make sure you don't go above that. Otherwise, you'll end up with an error and you will have to delete one of them. On the other hand, grav drives, shields, and reactors are limited to 1 per ship. And at number 8, different ship vendors will offer different ship modules, and a lot of them will offer modules that cannot be built in the shipbuilder in your outpost. So if you want access to these modules, you will have to visit these vendors in their respective locations. I have discussed where these vendors are located and what unique parts they sell in one of my previous videos, which I will link on the top right corner of the screen that I'd recommend you check out. At number 9, this isn't really about shipbuilding but will definitely help you when you're out constantly getting in fights with your ship. Putting power in your damaged ship modules will help them repair faster. So if you're in a rough spot and need your engines to repair quickly, allocate some power into it and it should repair a bit faster than usual. At number 10, all ship modules become available for purchase at level 60. So once you reach level 60, you should be able to purchase all ship modules currently available in the entire game. And of course, a lot of different parts from different vendors will unlock, so make sure to visit all the other vendors to see if there are other ship modules you haven't seen just yet. And of course, some ship modules are also locked behind skills like the piloting skill and starship design skill, so make sure to level these up as well if you're looking to get into shipbuilding. And at number 11, there are also ship modules that are mission locked, so you will be able to unlock these after completing certain missions. An example are the Vanguard weapons, which you can unlock by completing the first UC Vanguard mission. You can start this by talking to Commander Tuwala in New Atlantis. If this video helped you out, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend to help them out. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified of my latest uploads. If there are any other tips you can think of that I missed mentioning, feel free to share it down in the comments. Once again, this is CM13. I'll see you guys in the next video.